Are you tired of people every time telling you pick a rojo, pick a rojo? Today I have an amazing biryani recipe, so let's get into it. So we have our onions over here, and I want to show you how to slice your onions. So we're going to deep fry these ones. So instead of slicing onion rings, this one is better because they'll cook faster and they'll cook evenly. So now you can see those tiny strands from our sliced onions. So now a little trick that I use, I'm going to sprinkle them with a little bit of salt and give them a mix. I have my oil, it's now medium hot. So now we're going to shallow fry these ones. We'll fry them in batches until they are nice and golden. So now you see our onions have a beautiful golden color. So when they get to this point, you remove them because they'll continue cooking. So don't let them become bitter. So we'll drain that oil. Then you set them over here. So we'll reserve this oil, which we'll use to marinate our mutton. So now our onions are done. I have my mutton over here. So we're going to start marinating our mutton. I have my ginger and garlic paste. Throw it in there. 2 tablespoons of garam masala. Cinnamon sticks. Star anise. Biryani masala. Cardamom pods 4. Cloves. Put in like 6. Red chili powder. So if you do not have red Kashmiri powder, I'm using paprika, so they're almost the same. This one is more for color. And I'm going to add in some of those fried onions. I have lemon juice, cumin, 1 tablespoon, turmeric, half a tablespoon, and then coriander powder, 2 tablespoons. Now we're going to mix our meat and the spices. So don't be scared mixing with your hand. Mix everything up. So you can see the spices are nicely mixing. I have mint leaves, some coriander leaves, oil that we fried our onions in. Add in some salt. So 3/4 of a tablespoon. Give it a slight mix. And then you have curd or yogurt. So I'm using curd or maziwa mala. And now we're going to give it a mix again. So now we have our meat mixing nicely. Then I'm going to add in some fruits. So I have raisins and prunes. So I'm going to add in some raisins. So these ones are just for a touch of sweetness in our biryani. So 3 prunes and a handful of raisins. Give it a mix. So we let this one marinate for 1 hour, and then you can start preparing our rice. So this is basmati rice, and you're going to treat it with respect. So I'm going to wash it until the water runs clear. So our rice is nice and clean, and ideally you want to soak it for 30 minutes before you boil it. And then over here I have my masala mix for water. So this is where we're going to boil our rice. So basically this is mint, coriander, I have some cloves, star anise, cinnamon, bay leaf. And then I'm going to add in some salt, 1.5 tablespoons. So we'll let that come to a boil. And once it boils, we're going to add in now our rice. So now our rice water has boiled. Now we're going to put in our rice and boil it. So we let this boil until it's 90% done. And then we'll start layering our biryani. So now my rice is about 80% cooked. So we're going to start the layering. This is my windbreaker. So this is our mutton right here. Then I'll start layering our rice on top of our mutton. So that is the first layer. I'm going to add in some coriander powder and a little bit of cumin seeds. Then I have some coriander, mint, and our fried onions. Then we'll go in with another layer of our rice. And then on top, going to garnish it with more mint, coriander. Coriander powder and the cumin seeds. Then you have the rest of our fried onions. We're going to go in with our rice water. So that will put in some moisture and it will help in cooking our meat. So if you don't have saffron, you can use food coloring to get that nice red and yellow color. So this is paprika. Then I'll use turmeric to give me that yellow coloring. So now we're going to cover, put on the gas. We're going to cook it on high for 10 minutes and then low flame for 30 minutes. So we've cooked our biryani on high heat for 10 minutes. I have my pan over here. I've preheated it, so I've turned the gas on low. And now I'm going to transfer our biryani over there. So we'll let this one cook on low heat for 30 minutes. Then our biryani will be ready. So now our biryani has been cooking for 30 minutes on low heat. So we're going to turn off the gas. Then we're going to check on it. So earlier I forgot to show you this process. I added this foil to trap the moisture. Now you can see our biryani. It has cooked nicely. So let me just fluff it up. So I'm just getting into that mutton. Kamvua kametupata. So I guess that is the El Nino that we were promised. This is a biryani to die for. You can just see that rice is nice and fluffy. That mutton is nice and soft. Just break it with a spoon. Kyle, umependa kabiryani?